Welcome to Bloom at the Yoga Garden, and thank you so much for joining me for today's practice. So we are going to begin by lying back and down in Shavasana, but just while you get yourself organised and get yourselves comfortable, I'm just going to read to you this little bit from The Boy, the Mole, the Fox and the Horse. And you know, it never ceases to amaze me when I open this wee book up for our classes, and it always fits in so well with what we're doing. So in this one, it's "What's your best discovery?" asked the mole. "That I'm enough as I am," said the boy. And of course today we just happen to be thinking about taking joy in our own bodies and accepting that we are enough. We are absolutely perfect the way we are. We are a miracle. And the fact that we are here, able to be on our yoga mats and do our yoga, what could be better than that? So thank you so much for being here with me, and just make sure that you're nice and comfortable in Shavasana. So maybe roll your head gently from side to side so that you come to rest in the middle. Draw your shoulders down and imagine you're tucking your shoulder blades in together so that you're resting on the flat bit of your shoulders. Arms rotated so the backs of the hands are on the floor. The heel of the right foot's at the right edge of the mat, the heel of the left foot's at the left edge of the mat. And just allow the toes to fall away. Everything completely relaxed and soft. So if you want to, you can gently but firmly engage the first finger and thumb together in a Hasta Mudra. So in yoga, the index finger is associated with the ego, the thumb with wisdom. So by pressing the first finger and thumb together, you're bowing, your index finger is bowing to the wisdom of your thumb. So just take a nice long, slow inhale and a nice, soft, whispery exhale. Just allowing yourself time to arrive on your mat, letting go of any hustle and bustle that you've already experienced today, any rushing. And just allow yourself to be here now on your mat. So just be aware of that lovely, soft delicateness as the air enters your nostrils, moves up towards the third eye, and then makes its way down your throat into your lungs, where that miracle happens, and then into your heart. And that absolute miracle happens so quickly that where we take the oxygen out of the air, use it to oxygenate the blood, to pump around our bodies. And then when we've used up everything we need and it's deoxygenated, it all comes back out again, out through the nostrils. Such a miracle. How on earth can that happen? And I have no idea how quickly it happens. It doesn't really matter. I assume it happens fairly quickly. But the fact that it happens at all, what a miracle we all are. Every living creature, we are miracles. How on earth did anyone ever think of creating us the way we are? And this wonderful breath that is with us 24/7, every single hour of every single day, of every single week, of every single year. It never leaves us. And another thing that we take so much for granted. So no matter about anything else, already you know you are a miracle today. And take joy in the fact that you are alive, that you're able to be here on your yoga mat, enjoying all sorts of wonderful sensations, enjoying your breath, enjoying the sensations in your body. So just literally invite your breath to slow down. Perhaps it already has, just by thinking of all that happens as it moves into your body, all around your body and out again. Think of how with each breath in, the lungs inflate, and then as you exhale, they contract and relax. And of course we can feel that in our body. But again, we mostly don't notice it at all. So just continue to follow your breath for another couple of rounds of your natural breath. Allowing yourself to arrive on your mat, to be here now, to stop being a human doing and just take time to be a human being. So one of my favourite Thich Nhat Hanh expressions, breathing in, I calm the body and mind. Breathing out, I smile. Dwelling in the present moment, I know this is a wonderful moment. So now we are going to begin to change our breath or direct our breath a little bit. So we're going to do the 4-7-8 breath, but before we do that, we're just going to bring our hands to the sides of your ribs. So your thumbs are at the back and your fingers are all pointing forward or facing forward. And we're just going to inhale and feel the ribs, or encourage your ribs to expand out to the sides as the inhale. And then as you exhale, feel them draw in towards each other. Contract. Inhale. Feel the ribs expanding. Exhale. Contracting. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Now you can continue, you can keep your hands there if you want to, but what I do want you to do is to be aware of the ribs moving out to the sides and in, so you're really taking a nice proper breath. And we're going to inhale for a count of 4, hold it for a count of 7, and exhale for a count of 8. So when you're ready, we'll just take an ordinary breath in and out, and then we're going to begin. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, feel your ribs going out, 3, 4, hold, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, exhale, feel the contraction, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And just return now to your natural breath. And maybe you'll notice that your awareness has moved to your rib cage and you're maybe breathing a little bit more deeply, a little more slowly. And apologies if I change the count there in the middle for you and start reversing it, but I hope I didn't confuse you too much. So we've spent a few minutes settling the physical body, calming the mind. Now we're ready to begin the physical aspect of our practice. So as always, listen to your body. Don't do anything at all that you know doesn't suit your body. We want to honour our bodies, we want to enjoy our bodies, we want to feel the pleasure in our bodies, the joy in our bodies, but we do not want to hurt them at all. So if you know something doesn't suit you, you leave it out completely and just take a rest, or maybe you'll use a prop and adjust it so that it will suit you. But under no circumstances do anything that you know is going to hurt you. Okay, so we're going to bring our knees in towards our chest and just squeeze them in and just have a wee rock from side to side. And then we're going to just lift our head and shoulders off the mat, and our knees go right, the head will go left, and the knees go left, the head will go right. Just a little gentle movement, nothing too strenuous. So just even yourself off so you've done more or less the same number to each side, and then lower your head down, squeeze your knees in towards your chest, and then maybe do a few foot flaps, maybe a few wee circles with your ankles, both ways. Excuse me. And then we're going to take our hands down the insides of our legs. We're just going to do a wee quick happy baby. So if you take your hands down the insides of your legs, maybe take hold of your ankles, maybe take hold of the outside edges of your feet, just anywhere at all that you can get. And then we're going to just maybe straighten one foot and then the other foot, and then bring it in, and just, so we're not doing anything too stressful or strenuous to begin with. Just gently warming our bodies up, telling ourselves what we're about to do. Maybe cross your ankles, maybe do it both ways. And then when you're ready and you feel you're nice and warm, we're going to take one foot up and then the other foot up. So we're trying to get our heels or our ankles in line with our knees. Our knees are nice and wide, and at the same time we're pressing, encouraging our sit bones down towards the end of the mat. So you're pressing your hands into your feet and your feet into your hands. So you're trying theoretically to get your two knees down either sides of your shoulders. I'm a long way off. I'm not expecting ever to get there, but I don't need to get there. I'm already feeling this strongly. So to get your sit bones to go down towards the floor, you need to engage everything inside. Big inhale and exhale. 2 more breaths here. And then maybe we rock from side to side. So see how far over you can rock without going completely whoops onto the other side. So just test yourself. And then bring yourself back to center. Bring both knees in together. And then from here, we're going to straighten, or begin to straighten, our feet up towards the ceiling. So shoulders rolling back and down. Watch tension hasn't crept into your shoulders. Maybe wriggle your toes a little bit. Okay, and then bring your arms up in line with your shoulders. So, time we did something for our heads, our brains, as well as our bodies. So we're going to do the alternate arm and leg thing. So again, any back issues, you take it nice and gently, maybe even just do one leg at a time. Well, that's a wee bit of a cheat, won't do much for your brain, but you still will be getting the wee bit of core work. And otherwise, and you keep a wee bend in your knees as well, of course, left leg and right arm to the floor. And back, right leg, left arm. And back. So there should always be one leg and one arm pointing up to the ceiling. And it's always opposite leg and arm. So we're going to aim for 10 rounds, so that means 10 each side. And of course, because I've been talking and not counting, I have no idea how many I have done, but it's nothing like 10 yet. Maybe about 5 or 6. We'll do a few more anyway. So of course, stop whenever it gets too much for you. No prizes for anybody who goes beyond their body's capabilities. And then bring your knees in towards your chest. Maybe your tummy was thinking, "Ooh, too early for me for that," but hopefully not. And then we're just going to do a wee twist. So you can plant the left foot in the floor, cross your right leg over, and you can do your twist like this. Or if you want to work a bit harder, you can tuck the toes of the right foot in behind, arms out just either side. So you can, even if you've tucked your toes, you can keep this foot in the floor. Big inhale, and with control, bring your knees down towards the left hand. So take your time. Big stretch down the right side of the body and across the right hip. If your right shoulder is lifted to the floor, bring yourself back a little bit so that it can be on the floor as well. Take a breath here. And then you can plant the left foot down if you want, and maybe you'll move a wee bit deeper into the twist, but not at the expense of your right shoulder lifting off. Keep the right shoulder on the floor if at all possible. Turn your head and look over your right shoulder. And just allow the stretch to happen. Allow your breath to soften into it. And maybe your internal organs are making all sorts of noises because they are getting a little bit of a massage here. Probably maybe a little bit of a squeeze sometimes too, and that helps to get more blood and nutrients into them. So really good for lots of things. One more breath here. And then inhale gently. Bring your knees back to center. Plant your feet in the floor, and we'll swap sides. Left leg over the right. Tuck your toes if you want to, or foot in the floor. Knees in, your choice. And exhale, drop. No, not drop, with control. Take your knees over to the right hand. And again, big stretch down the left side. Left shoulder still on the floor, hopefully. Bring yourself back if it's not. And breathe. Give yourself a minute here, and then when you've gone as far as you can, maybe bring the right foot down onto the floor. Turn your head and look over your left shoulder if you can, and breathe into it. Let it happen. Inhale and exhale. One more breath here. And then inhale, bring your knees back to center. Undo both feet. And we're just going to do a few rock and rolls, but we're not we're going to just re-challenge again. So we're going to see if we can stand on one foot with each rock, if that makes sense. If you don't know what I mean, just maybe watch a second. So big inhale, stand on one foot. On the other foot, if you can't do it, use your hands. Okay, nobody's going to say anything if you have a wee bit of a cheat. But see if you can do it without your hands. It's actually about technique rather than strength or anything. Quite difficult to talk properly when you're doing it. And then bring yourself up. Well done. Swing your legs to one side and bring yourself into tabletop. So knees are below your hips, wrists are below your shoulders. You're actively pressing the floor away and you're engaging your navel lightly. So we're not collapsed down, we're pressing the floor away and lifting ourselves up. And we're just going to do a couple of figure of eights. So again, imagine you're starting this, your belly button is the center of your number 8, pressing strongly into the base of the index finger and thumb, pads of all the fingers. Inhale, round the front, back across the center, round towards your heels, back to the center, round the top of your 8, back across the center. Really feel you're moving everywhere. And then the other way, round to the right this time, or the opposite way, whatever way you went the last time. And feel, let everything go in your body. And round. Ooh. Maybe you've done an extra one here, have I? And then bring yourself back to center. And then from here, we're going to take your knees maybe a tiny wee bit wider, plant your right hand down, left hand on top, and draw your left hand across and up, and really reach up into the left fingertips. So we're trying to sort of stack the shoulder and get a nice straight line between both arms. Right rib is coming forward. And exhale down. Inhale up. And exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. And this time we're going to thread the needle. So take your left arm through, try and bring your left ear down onto the mat. And of course, if that doesn't happen easily for you, get a brick, a blanket. A blanket's nice actually. And bring the floor up closer to you. So come on to cupcake fingers on the right hand. If you're ready here, one more breath here. And then press into the right hand, draw the left hand through, and we'll do the other side. So right hand on top of the left, draw right up across, reach up, left ribs coming forward, really reach, exhale down. Inhale up, and exhale down. See, we've Lola keeping an eye on everything. Inhale up, and this time as we exhale, we're going to thread the needle. Say, use your blanket again if you need to. Reach forward with the right fingertips. Maybe come onto cupcake fingers in the left hand. Keep reaching. Breathe, feel a lovely stretch. And just take a minute again and think about this lovely body and the breath that's going through it and how it's all happening while we are doing our yoga practice. One more breath here. And gently draw your right hand through. Bring yourself up. And then bring your knees in. And from here, we're going to reach back with the toes of the right foot. And we're going to take the right foot round to the right. And then we're just going to draw a kind of a circle or an arc with it round to the left and turn and see if you can look at your left toes. And then gently bring it back again. And bring that knee in beside the other one. Other side. Reach back with out with your left foot and leg. Draw your circle round. Take it right round. Oops. Behind. I'm kicking a wee man. And see if you can turn and look at your left toes. And gently bring it back. And hopefully you don't have things in the way I do here, which is a bit silly. And then from here, we're going to plant the right hand, reach back with the left foot and leg. So ideally, the arch of the left foot will be in line with the toes of the right foot, but that's a challenge to your balance. Bring your left foot forward and give yourself like a broader base. Okay, so pressing strongly into the right hand and arm. Same thing again, just a wee bit stronger because you're having to balance as well. So the more you press into the left foot, the better it'll be. So inhale up and exhale down. One more. Inhale up and exhale down. And then plant your right hand, maybe lift your right leg off the floor, or sorry, left leg off the floor. This is a challenge to your balance, so what you can do is flick your right leg across and bring it up, and suddenly it's okay. But if you want to try it this way, please do. So it's like a sort of an Ardha Chandrasana almost, or side plank, no, Ardha Chandrasana maybe. And you can look up at your left thumb if you've got good balance. And then drop your left leg down, bring your left hand down, and we'll do the other side, left leg in. So reach back with the right foot and leg, plant your left hand firmly. Again, either right foot slightly forward or in line with the toes of the left foot. And inhale up, press into the baby toe side of the right foot and exhale down. Inhale up and exhale down. Inhale up and exhale down. And then if you want to, you can lift the left foot up, flip the right foot up, left lower leg across to give you a bit more, a broader base to your pose. Maybe you'll reach up with the right hand. Maybe you'll look up at your right thumb. A wee balancing challenge, but you haven't far to fall here at least. One more big inhale, but don't fall anyway. And then plant your left foot down, bring your right hand down, and then come back into your tabletop position. And from here, we're going to reach back with one foot, then with the other foot, bring yourself into plank. So lift all of the underside of your body up into the back body, if that makes sense. Navel back towards your spine, knees to the floor if you need to, but all the same things apply. So you're not here kind of collapsing. You still want to make sure everything is lifted up towards the back body. Maybe rock it about a bit. Sometimes it helps to move because it takes your mind off it. And then come into your static plank very briefly. And then everybody, knees to the floor, toes away, and lower yourself down. Keep your elbows in and forehead down to the floor. So bring your hands out in front. Press into your fingertips. Inhale up and exhale down. Maybe move your hands back a wee bit. Inhale up, press into the tops of your feet, press into your pubic bone, and exhale down. Keep your hands here or move them back another bit if you want to. Inhale up and exhale down. Think how wonderful this is. And then bring your hands together under your shoulders, tuck your toes under, and either straight up into downward facing dog or bring yourself up through tabletop. It's your choice. So wherever you are, meet me in down dog. I'm not sure what I said there. Okay, so walk your dog. And my dog is at the door wanting in. I knew it was a mistake to let her in last week because I knew she'd come back and want in the next time. So just walk your dog nice and briefly. And then come into your static dog. Lift your sit bones up, shoulders away from your ears. Knees are lifted, kneecaps are lifted, elbows, inner eye of the elbows beginning to shine forward. Shoulders rolling away from each other and away from your ears, navel back towards your spine. Nod your head, yes. Shake your head, no. And just notice how good it feels. Lift your sit bones up. Try not to let the weight go forward. One more breath here. And then take the weight onto your left foot. And we're going to step through and bring the right knee to the floor or keep the right knee lifted, your choice. Bring the right hand to the inside of the right foot. And again, this is a challenge for your balance, especially if your knee's lifted. Inhale up and exhale down. Inhale up and exhale down. One more. Inhale up. Exhale down, and then frame the front foot, press into the toes of the back foot, back into down dog. And walk your dog. Take the weight onto your right foot, look forward, step through. Same thing again. Right knee to the floor, or keep it lifted. And again, get your balance. Inhale up, and exhale down. Inhale up, and exhale down. Inhale up and exhale down. Frame the front foot with both hands and step back into down dog. And now we're going to shorten our dog a little bit. So step your dog in about a foot. So have a wee bend in your knees if you want to. And then we're going to bend the right knee deeply and turn under the left arm. And feel a stretch all down the left side of the body. And then straighten that leg and bend your left leg. So when I say straighten, you can keep a soft bend in the other leg as well if it's easier for you. And look under your right arm. And back to centre. So just want to take that a wee bit further. This time, bend your knees if you need to. See if you can take hold of your left calf or ankle with your right hand. And just keep that wee soft bend if you want to, or you can bend one knee more than the other. You find what's comfortable for you really. But I'm inclined to sort of always want to bend the opposite leg. So your choice. So I have my left leg fairly straight and I'm looking under my left arm and holding on to. So I'm increasing that wee stretch we had, that wee twist we had, because I've got a bit of leverage here with my right hand. And gently release. Plant the right hand down. Left hand this time to the ankle, the calf, whatever. And again, you can have that leg straight. You can have both legs a wee bit bent. Your body, your choice. Press into the right hand. Use that wee bit of leverage to increase the twist and look under your right arm. And then gently release. Bring both hands back. Step yourself back into your normal down dog. Lift your sit bones up. And then from here, we're going to bring our knees down to the floor. And you can sit back onto your toes if you want to, but if that's very uncomfortable for you, then what you can do is just sit on the balls of your feet like this. And you can keep your hands on the floor if you want to, but see if you can challenge yourself and balance if you're here. So we're just going to practice our little getting up and getting down again. So you have a choice. You can do your getting up and getting down from here, but we're trying not to use our hands, so there's a balancing element as well. Whoops. Or you can do it from here. Wee bit harder from here. But again, you're working your toes, oops, and a wee bit better for your toes probably. My knees and everything are cracking. So when you bring yourself up this time, excuse me, bring yourself over to the front edge of your mat. And then from here, swing your arms up and over, look up. Take hold of that wonderful air, draw it down. And we're just going to fold forward and down. Knees bent as deeply as you need to. Take your feet about hip width apart. Knees bent deeply. And maybe hold on to your elbows. Feel you're stretching out all along your back body, crown of the head to the floor. And then your next inhale, come into your flat back. So hands to your shins, your thighs, shoulders rolling back, navel back towards your spine. And exhale, fold a little deeper. Inhale into your flat back. So navel back towards your spine, shoulders away, heart center coming forward, lovely long neck. And this time, we're going to bend our knees and sit down into our imaginary chair. So you can bring your arms up overhead, hands onto your hips, arms back. So any blood pressure or any issues, keep your hands down. This is the hardest version. Hands up either side of your ears, so biceps in line with your ears. Lift your pubic bone up. Navel go down, or sacrum go down towards the floor. Look down, you should be able to see all 10 toes. Breathe, smile. Look up between your hands if you can. Whether you're here, look up. If you're here, look up. One more big inhale here. And then we'll all bring our hands to our heart center. Take a big inhale and exhale, turn, bring the left elbow onto the outside of the right knee, right thigh. Don't let your left knee come forward. If that's too much, take your left hand to the outside and right arm back. Okay? Big inhale here and gently bring yourself back to center. Stay in your chair pose. Big inhale here. And exhale, turn towards the left. So watch your right knee this time. And again, right hand onto the outside of the thigh, if that's too much. Lift your left shoulder up towards the ceiling. Breathe, smile, say it's wonderful. And then gently bring yourself back to center. Press into all 4 corners of your feet. Bring yourself up. And bring your hands to your heart center. Take a nice long, slow, deep inhale. Stand in Tadasana. So your pubic bone's still lifted. Navel drawing back to your spine. Sacrum going down towards the floor. Shoulders away from your ears. Imagine that golden thread coming from the top of your head. And you're standing really strongly like a mountain on all 4 corners of your feet. Inhale and exhale. So close your eyes if you can. Don't worry if you can't, but just breathe. Inhale and exhale. Nice long, slow, deep inhale. And again, follow that miracle. Think about that miracle happening inside you as you inhale. And again as you exhale. And it all comes from that very delicate flow of your breath in through your nostrils. Okay, so from here, another wee bit of balancing challenge. So we're going to come up onto our tiptoes and exhale down. Inhale up, exhale, take another breath, and exhale down. My balance is a bit dodgy today. Inhale up, and exhale down. Can't look at anything. And this time we're going to add in our arms, which may or may not help. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, and exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. And we're going to do another one, and this time we're going to see if we can come the whole way down onto the floor. Stay in your tiptoes if you can, but of course bring your heels down if you need to. Inhale up, and exhale, bend your knees. Look at something that's not moving. And bring yourself down. And once you're down, excuse me, see if you can bring your hands to your heart center. Lift your heart center up. And just balance here briefly. And breathe. I'm tempted to do a wee twist here, but I won't. Whoops. So now we're going to bring your hands down onto the floor and walk your feet about the full width of your mat apart. So toes are at 10 to 2, and we're coming into Malasana. So if you can bring your heels to the floor, great. If you can't, it's much more of a challenge. You'll maybe need your feet to keep your hands on the floor. But if you can get your heels down comfortably, maybe you'll bring your elbows to the insides of your legs, lift your heart center up, and breathe. And then we're just going to go from, bring your hands onto the floor, and we're just going to rock from side to side in Malasana. So it doesn't mean one foot will be coming up and the other foot will be coming down. So for those of you who haven't been able to get your heels down, this will maybe suit you okay. So it's almost like a baby Skandasana that we're doing here. So just rocking from side to side. And then we're going to come back to the middle, back into our Malasana, and maybe it'll feel better this time. So lift your heart center up, sacrum going down towards the floor. Take a big, big inhale here. Press into your feet and bring yourself up to stand. Lovely, well done. So we're going to take a big inhale here and exhale, lower down. Lift your heart center up. Take a breath here. Press into all four corners of your feet. Press into your feet. Straight up. Lovely. And gently release. So bring your feet together. Well, not together. Just not as far apart. Hip width apart. And we're going to do Garudasana, eagle pose. So we did the legs earlier on. So we're going to do legs and arms if possible. So we've done lots of shoulder stuff, so your arms should feel quite good. So tell yourself, I'm taking the weight onto my left foot and leg. Bend your left leg quite deeply and bring your right leg across. So keep the toes of your right leg on the floor if you know you're going to need it for balance, or go to the wall. Bend, the more you bend your left leg, the easier it is to get the cross. So you could be here or you can be here. Just the way we did at the beginning. And watch when you do this that your hips don't swivel round to the left. So we want to bring both hips back to centre. I'm unbalancing myself here. Back to centre, so we're still facing forward. So our right leg's on top, so we're going to bring both arms out. Bring the elbow of the left arm into the crease of the right arm. Backs of the hands together, palms together. Or maybe just give yourself a hug. So different options there for you. But wherever you are, we want our elbows, in line with our shoulders. Maybe sink a little bit lower. And breathe. We're going to go for 5 breaths here. One more breath. Release your arms and release your legs. And your wee standing legs may be thinking, that's okay. So take your weight now onto your right foot and leg. Gradually reduce the contact with the left foot. The more you bend your right leg, the easier it is to get this cross. Especially the tuck. Again, check hips are facing forward. Left leg's on top. Heel of the right arm into the crease of the left arm. Backs of the hands together. Hug and lift your elbows up. So we want our elbows more or less in line with our shoulders. Big inhale. Exhale, sit a little bit lower. And breathe. 5 breaths here again. Last breath. And gently release your arms, release your legs. Give your legs a wee rock or a wee walk. And we're going to make our way back down onto our mat. So all the hard work is over. So make your way down onto your mat. Swing your legs to one side. And we're just going to do one more little twist. We're going to do Marichyasana. I never can make up my mind which is the best way to demonstrate this, but we'll bring our right foot in quite close to our body. So get onto your sit bones first of all. Bring your right knee in. And we start off hugging it with the left hand and arm. And use that, so if you're here like this, you want to use it to lift yourself up. And then we're going to reach up with the right hand and arm, and if you can reach the toes of your left foot quite easily, then you'll do the next bit. And if that isn't easy for you, then you're going to hug this, keep hugging this right leg with your left arm and turn and look over your right shoulder. So if you can reach this easily and your shoulder can drop down, then you can take that right arm round and take your bind and turn and look left. And of course, I told you the wrong way. So if you're holding on to this hand, you're going to turn and look left again. Apologies. My left and rights aren't good today at all. So wherever you are, we're turning to the left. So press into your left hand and use it to lift you up so that you're not kind of crouched down, which is the way you want to be. And then if you've got here, maybe you'll take your bind and your left hand, your fingers of both hands will hold on to each other, and then use that little bit you've got with your bind to lift yourself up and maybe look over your left shoulder. So keep pressing strongly into your right foot, pressing into the heel of the left foot. Big inhale here. And exhale, nice and gently release your bind and bring yourself back to centre, and we'll swap sides. So left foot in. So we want it close to the sit bones, but a space between the foot and the leg. So same thing again, and this side could be completely different. So we're going to hold on to it with the right arm to begin with. Can you reach the right toes? So if you can't reach your right toes easily, you're just going to stay here holding on to this left leg. Bring your right hand behind and begin to turn to the right. If you can reach the toes easily and get your shoulder down, you're going to bring the left hand round, take your right hand round, take your bind, lift up and turn to the right. So keep pressing into the left foot, pressing into the heel of the right foot, and rotate your shoulder back and turn your head and look over your right shoulder. Inhale up, exhale, soften. Inhale up. One more breath. Nice and gently and slowly release your bind. Straighten both legs out. And from here we're just going to unroll down onto your mat, whatever way you want. So hold on to the edges of your mat or hold on to your legs, but maybe try and go a little bit. You might go a bit further today than you did the last time. And then from here, we're going to take our feet out the full width of our mat, knees wide. Big inhale and just drop both knees down to the left, head to the right. Inhale back to centre, down to the left, head to the right. So we'll just do 3 or 4 of those to each side. And breathe. And just again, marvel at the mobility, the movement you have in your body. And at the same time, all that other stuff is going on, and probably your breakfast is being digested, whatever you've eaten is being digested, whatever you've drunk. It really is wonderful. So even yourself off so you finish that's on the opposite side you started, and then either straighten your legs out, or if you want to, you can allow your knees to knock in for your relaxation. So either legs out in Shavasana or knees knocking in. Put on any extra layers you might need. Nothing worse than being cold when you're trying to relax. And then if you're in, well, no matter where you are, again, imagine you're stretching your neck out slightly, the back neck out slightly. So the chin just in a nice plane with your forehead, so you don't want your chin sticking up or tucked in. Allow your head to roll gently from side to side and come to rest in the center of the back of the head. Shoulders rolling back and down, so you're resting on the flat part of the shoulder blades. Arms are rotated so the backs of the hands are on the floor. Palms facing up. And if you want to, gently but firmly take your mudra, press the index finger and thumb softly together. Heel of the right edge, foot to the right edge of the mat, toes falling away. Heel of the left foot to the left edge of the mat, and toes are falling away. And take a nice long, slow, deep inhale. And a nice, long, slow exhale. Open your mouth wide and sigh it out. Another one of those. Inhale, really go for it this time. Fill your lungs up and feel that expansion in your lungs as you take in that lovely big breath. Open your mouth wide and one more. Inhale. Really fill your lungs right up to the very top. Wee brief pause, and this time seal your lips slightly and allow it to whisper out through your nostrils. And just, again, take a minute to think how wonderful you are. What a miracle you are. All the movements you have just done. And at the same time, you're breathing. Your body is keeping all those other things going at the same time. And sometimes you just think how good it is to be alive. Hopefully more than sometimes. Really say to yourself, I am so glad to be alive, to have the opportunity to be here on my yoga mat, enjoying this practice, looking after my physical, mental, and emotional well-being. So just do a quick scan of your body and notice if there's anywhere that you could maybe let go of a little bit more tension. Maybe there's somewhere in your body where you were feeling today's practice. So you want to just very gently breathe, send your breath to that area and acknowledge the tightness, acknowledge any tension. And just let it know that you know what's there. So we're just going to do a little quick scan of our bodies, and just instead of just doing the usual scan that we do, I'd like you to smile at each part of your body as I mention it. That's all, just a little smile. Doesn't have to be a big grin, just a little smile to the parts of your body as I mention them. So the toes of the right foot, the toes in the left foot, the top of the right foot, the top of the left foot, the sole of the right foot, the sole of the left foot, the right heel, the left heel, the right ankle, the left ankle, the right calf, the left calf, the right shin, the left shin, the right kneecap, the left kneecap, space behind the right knee, space behind the left knee, the front of the right thigh, the front of the left thigh, the back of the right thigh, the back of the left thigh. Smile at your legs and feet. And just think of the miracle that even this small part of your body is, and how important it is. Now take your attention to your buttocks. The right buttock, the left buttock, the point of the right hip, the point of the left hip. All the internal organs working away. The spine, the right ribs, the left ribs. The heart center, that place within us where we can appreciate ourselves fully, where we can know that we are perfect. The right collarbone, the left collarbone, the top of the right shoulder, the top of the left shoulder, the right upper arm, the left upper arm, the right elbow, the left elbow, the right lower arm, the left lower arm, the right wrist, the left wrist, the back of the right hand, the back of the left hand, the palm of the right hand, the palm of the left hand, fingers of the right hand, the fingers of the left hand, our arms and our torso. Wonderful pieces of engineering. Think of the joy that you get from your body. The right side of your neck, the left side of your neck, the right side of your jaw, the left side of your jaw, the right ear, the left ear, the right eye, the left eye, your forehead, your skull, your scalp. Smile at your whole body. Feel joyful, feel happy about your body. Know that it has been good to you. Enjoy it. Experience joy in yourself. And now bring your awareness inside this wonderful body that is you. This wonderful vessel that is carrying us around, that is doing so much for us. And really look inside to find the true, authentic self. That self that is truly you, that so few people get the opportunity to know and see. But know that it is from in here, from this inner place, where all our joy and happiness can come from. And once we find that, we can feel it in our bodies, feel it in our physical body, and then we can help to spread it to others, to share it with others, and maybe help them to find that inner, wonderful, spiritual happiness. So I'm just going to share with you a little poem by Dana Foles. It's called The Weaver and the Loom. Sit here for a bit. Place yourself outside the frenzied pace of life. Slow down long enough to appreciate the birds in flight. Water drops like prisms in the grass, and countless shades of green. Step off the fast track and listen to the sound of breath and birdsong. Take a moment to just be, and in the being, know the whole of this creation, mystery and madness, passion and profanity. Know it all as one stunning tapestry. Sit still, and the thin line between sacred and profane simply fades away. There's nothing then to reconcile. All the disparate threads are woven on the loom of life. Sit here for a bit, and your unique place in the pattern becomes clear. Take the still point with you when it's time to walk away. Make the choice to see affinity, to watch the picture taking shape as the thread joins thread. Dare to be the weaver and the loom, creator and creation, the sower and the sown. In a moment of stillness, all that came before is seen as one. So your relaxation is almost complete. Begin to breathe more deeply. Gently begin to wake your body up. Wiggle your fingers, wriggle your toes. Have a stretch if you need to. And then bring your hands together at your heart center. Rub them nice and briskly together. And when they're nice and warm, place your right hand on your heart and your left hand on your tummy. And just allow that lovely heat from your hands to seep into your body, sealing in this morning's practice. Seal in that sense of joy in yourself. Know that it is in there, that you can access it. Take joy in this physical body. Take joy in the spiritual body. Know that you are strong. You are perfect. You are a miracle. You have the power to be and do whatever you want. Gently release your hands. Bring your right knee into your chest, your left knee into your chest. And when you're ready, begin to rock gently from side to side. And then take the rock right over onto the right side of your body. And then press into your left hand and bring yourself up into any comfortable seated position. And meet me with your hands in Anjali Mudra. So take a nice deep inhale, and as you exhale, bow your head down towards your hands. Thank you so much for joining me. I can't tell you how much I appreciate having you take time out to do these practices with me, and I so enjoy having your company. Thank you so much. May everyone know a life of joy. May everyone know a life of health. May everyone be happy just the way they are. And may we be at peace with whatever comes. Namaste.